Mike, I just wanted to thank this group of veterans that has worked so tirelessly for the last 2 years on this Veterans Court. It's not only the right thing to do, it's what we need to do as a veteran-friendly community. And we've worked through Commissioner's Court. It is my belief, even though they were unable to set up the workshop that they had promised us before the end of the year, that very rapidly after the first year, this thing will get some traction and get some attention with the new court. So that is my hope and desire, that we get this done as quick as possible, because we have veterans that need these services and need this opportunity. So with that said, good luck to y'all. Don't give up the fight. I will still be there helping you as needed.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Well, Lonnie came to me, I'd say over a year ago, and he's actually experienced issues and problems, and he came to me and wanted some training to better be able to help others. And we got together, and then he said, there's a bunch of people in our community that have talked about a veterans treatment court, but I guess I didn't know all the way about talking to the county commissioners about it. So Lonnie actually was kind of the front runner on this, and he would set up the meetings, and we would go to talk to the county commissioners individually. I think we even talked to Irma on 3 different occasions. We had spoke with all of them, and come to find out, the problem was that they just weren't educated on exactly what it does and how a veterans treatment court runs. And we are in the process of trying to educate them. And I believe I read an article was brought to my attention yesterday, and in the state of Texas, the success rate on a veterans court was, I think, 97.2, 97.3%. So you stop and think.
It's been quite an experience. There's been some moments where we've had breakthroughs, some very disheartening moments. The information that we've presented so far through this has been accurate. It's been best practice per TVC guidelines. All this would be funded through grants. It would save the county money. It would save veterans' lives. It would help keep families off of social services, because once a veteran is in jail for 60 days, he loses all his benefits. If there's not like a freeze put on it. And a lot of times that's all these families are living off of, is the veteran's disability, because it's a full-time job when a veteran's in mental distress, taking care of that veteran. The families are stretched thin. It's crazy how hard it is. And trying to get help at the VA, they're overburdened currently and understaffed. COVID really put a hamper on a lot of veterans' mental health progress. It strained the system, and the system is still strained. I mean, it's bad. Only being able to get maybe an hour counseling appointment a month isn't enough. And then even the care in the community is strained. You have to wait months to even get a consult. So these veterans are slipping through these huge cracks, and they're becoming just as involved because they're trying to self-medicate. They're turning to drugs, alcohol, whatever they can to try and cope, and it's just a self-destructive path.
Right.
And vets that have struggled with PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, our knowledge on TBIs is not a lot. It's something that we're still learning about, and we're still learning how it affects veterans. I mean, there's more highlight on how it affects football players that have concussions, which a concussion is a TBI, than it is like, I wonder how it's affecting these veterans. And with the TBI and PTSD, it's just like throwing more gas on a fire, essentially. And they just keep slipping through these cracks, and they go and they reach out for help, and it's not there. And they just give up, and they just turn to alcohol, get a DUI, and they're put in the court system. And once they're in this system, that's even more stress on them and their families financially. So a veteran that was already at his breaking point broke, and now he has an anchor around his neck pulling him down. And he's drowning in this. He's drowning in his PTSD, his depression, his anxiety, his own feelings of self-worth, because he no longer feels like he's worth anything. Like once he was a sailor, soldier, airman, Marine, Coast Guard. Now he's a discarded tool.
A criminal.
And now a criminal. So he once served honorably, and now he feels like he's lost that honor. And it's a very dark path. It leads to suicide. It leads to violent outbursts. And what Vet Court does is it forces this veteran into treatment. It has programs that have been proven to work through best practices. Programs that have actual clinical backing, not just experimental things.
And the biggest misconception I think that the county commissioners also have is it's not a get out of jail free card. They're signing a piece of paper for whatever the maximum penalty is for whatever crime they committed. They sign that before they even enter Veterans Treatment Court. So if they don't pass their UAs, if they don't complete their rehabilitation, then guess what? They march them right off, and they're off to jail with the maximum for whatever their crime was. You're basically giving them their life back. You're helping that person be a better father or mother. You're helping that person's mom and dad, because those issues affect the entire family, and you're basically getting him back to what he was prior to whatever he did for our country.
Mm-hmm.
It's powerful.
And it'll actually increase services in our community. It'll pay for us having a specialty court coordinator. And the grants are there. It's not a financial issue at all. I think right now it's more of a political issue. And I really do think that this county cares. I think that this county will support its veterans. I think that this county will do what's right. It's just gonna take some more doing.
But we're not giving up.
Nope, we're not.
And we'll have one soon. And hopefully it's with the guys that we have right now that have been voted in to support the community and make us have a healthier and safer community, because that's what the Veterans Treatment Court, that is what's behind it.